But next, we actually got One Piece 1097, The Will of Ohara, The Inherited Research. And Shaka continues to take us down memory lane and ends up telling us about what happened in the wake of the Ohara Buster Call. Afterwards, we get to hear about Vegapunk's power and learn about his clones. And basically, we started this episode off 22 years prior to the current day in Ohara, several months after the Buster Call. We see the giants, including Dory and Brogy, grabbing the books out of O'Hara's lakes. Turns out Saul is actually alive still, and is their captain. And for the folks that don't know Saul, that is the person who basically carried Robin out to safety, kind of. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, back from O'Hara, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
with the funny laugh and the red beard. Yeah, I was happy to see that homeboy was still kicking. Great
yeah.
shit.
Because it looked like he was getting worked by the Buster Call at that time after he let Robin go. So, but yeah, it was pretty surprising that the books was still kind of intact. It looked like for the most part, like
Yeah,
damn.
because like what is a one piece paper made out of, bro?
Not trees, bro. I don't guess.
Yeah, there's no fucking way. Because like, and then like they knew it was gonna work because they were like throwing the books in the water. And like, if you throw a book in the water in real life, if it's in there for more than like a couple seconds or really even minutes, it's trash. Like the ink is all over the place. The pages are falling apart. But they let that shit
Yeah.
in there for months and they still had good books. Big difference.
Maybe somebody got the book fruit or some shit, and they're able to like make books that don't get damaged like that. So
True.
I'm just
I
throwing
don't
out
know.
ideas real fast. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is.
and as Dragon and Vegapunk talk, it's clear that Dragon isn't an enemy uh of Vegapunk, right? He's only after like the celestial dragons.
Not an enemy of like Vegapunk, but like I think in that moment, Dragon was like mad at the Navy for what they done because he knew Clover, which is, I mean, that's fucking fair. Like they just dropped his friend. Um, but he didn't want. I guess Vegapunk didn't want him to get mad at the Navy because like he's saying even people inside of the Navy agree with what you think about the world. Stay focused
Okay.
on. I think he was saying stay focused on like that the higher level people instead of like the dogs of those
Yeah.
people.
Because that's what his problems with. He's got problems with like the higher ups that's making these decisions. Not the pawns essentially, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, I enjoyed Dragon and Vegapunk's talk because it actually give us some backstory, like some good history lessons about, I guess, their relationship, which is pretty neat. So um
It is. It was really cool to see. That they're kind of like putting the dots all together. Um, Luffy's meeting somebody that's friends with his dad. It's pretty cool.
yeah. And in the aftermath of Ohara, Dragon actually decided that it was time to fight back, even though he doesn't really like war. So what's your thoughts on like, I guess, older like or younger Dragon, I should say?
Um, I think older dragon would. I think younger dragon would be proud of older dragon. But I could see why you would want to be a peace loving person until like something happens that is so wrong that you have to like take up arms, that you have to create an army because like you just can't let this shit slide anymore. And like the fact that I think there comes like a responsibility. If you can do something about a situation, you should do something about a situation. You
Yeah.
know. So and he I think he saw himself as that, and it was like, all right, bro, like time to roll up on these motherfuckers. We're gonna start a whoa.
And it's also kind of like interesting. Like, I think this makes sense because we know that Dragon like isn't like very aggressive, and maybe this is why. It's because he actually doesn't like to do what he's out there doing, right? So maybe he's more softer, I guess, instead of aggressive.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I think maybe he could just like be waiting on the right time.
true. Okay, holding his cards kind of deal.
Yeah, it's like
So
he might have to just be like, all right, like I have I'm almost as strong as I'm gonna get, but I gotta wait for the right moment.
so with that being said, do you think that all this information, like the phone call with Dragon and this kind of backstory with Dragon and Vegapunk, do you think that we're gonna get to see Dragon roll up soon or nah?
That's a great fucking question. Um, During this arc, maybe during this arc.
Because
I
CP
whatever. Oh
Aegis is
yeah,
coming
Aegis. Yeah,
to kill Vegapunk. So does he like come save his like friend, right?
he 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 might. He might because that's the only other person out there searching and that knows the truth, other than like I guess the giants on Elbath.
Okay.
So he might be willing to protect Vegapunk.
Because think of it this way, like so other than like the Elbath or whatever, where all the books are, um, who else has like all the knowledge of what O'Hara had, plus all the knowledge that he's learned from the Navy and all that stuff? Who all has that? Like it would be a great disadvantage for him if he let someone like that die to the government that he's trying to fight against, right?
Right, right. Like
Yeah.
he kind of. I mean, not just from being friends and having common end goals. It's like, but yeah, you would actually need that person because he's literally a library of knowledge, a walking
Yeah.
library. Like he can memorize anything, and then like he's probably we don't know how many of the books we read. We saw that in this episode too, right? Is where like he went to Elbath and went and saw Saul and like read the books, but we don't. If he read all of them, you got to keep the guy. Like he has to stay alive. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I guarantee you read all of them. There ain't no way he
Yeah,
didn't.
true,
So,
true. But yeah, it would make sense. It's like, yeah, I need to defend this person because in case those books gets burned, like he's the guy. Like he knows all this stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So I was just kind of curious of what you thought. I think we're gonna get to see him. I don't know when, but I think he does show up. So
Mm,
it's gonna be interesting to see if we're actually right. So,
that would be freaking awesome. I'm here for it.
because I mean we've only seen him a handful of times, so and he obviously kind of knows what's going on because he just was on the phone with Shaka. So yeah,
True.
but even after revealing that he is carrying on the will of O'Hara by studying, Vegapunk Shaka says that he still cannot release the Straw Hats. So why would he still need? Why do you think he would still need to keep them prisoners? As he's like after he told them all this.
I don't know, man. I really don't understand. Um, I'm thinking maybe it's possible that Vegapunk knows Cypherpole Aegis is coming. He needs somebody to defend him, maybe. Um,
Okay.
or he has a lot more to show them that they need to know before they leave.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to be quick about it and try to give them all the knowledge that he's got, and he knows that the best way to do it is like force them to follow along, right? Instead of because right now, you look through the eyes of the Straw Hats, right? Like this man or these people literally tried to kill them w- and was testing them in order to do research. So, would you
Right.
willingly follow someone like that? You know?
And they just had like one of their personalities or like one of their staff people like absolutely
Yeah.
try to destroy me. Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
especially that part. Using me
I
as a,
can
like you
get
said, like
them. You
using
know
me as
what I
a test
mean?
dummy for like
Yeah.
research purposes. It's like, yeah, nah, that's not cool, bro.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would follow them either. So, I mean, that's probably why. But yeah, the actual Vegapunk that's with Luffy reveals that his head grew with the amount of knowledge he has memorized. So it had to be cut out, and I really like this scene because Chopper and like Luffy is like, cut out. What do you mean, bro?
Yeah, Bonnie was like, "Don't say that shit like you just cut your hair. Like, don't do that."
Yeah. Um, but apparently Vegapunk's storage, all his knowledge is in the egg at the top of the labo phase or whatever. I don't remember, I don't recall what that's actually called. The top of it. There's actually a name for that, but I have no idea what it's called. I can't remember.
The big egg in the sky. Nah,
Yeah,
I'm just messing with
close,
you, bro.
close.
I'm just messing with you.
But yeah, it's also revealed that the six clone Vegapunks are modeled for each attribute that Vegapunk requires for his like research in a team
Hmm.
and stuff like that to live, I guess. And once a day, basically all of the clones synchronize their memories to the big egg up at the top of the labo phase or whatever. And basically gets uploaded to that, and then that becomes part of his memory. So, what do you think about Vegapunk right now after you learning all this? How his powers kind of work and why he's got all these clones going around?
He's a wild boy. Um, it really sucks. Well, I thought one thing was cool. He was already a natural genius and then got a hold of the brain fruit.
Yeah,
That was a really cool and important distinction because the brain fruit by itself doesn't make you smart. It just makes you able to memorize shit. Which I think, I mean, in the end, also makes you kind of smart because you can just like learn shit and like not forget it. But I think being able to take advantage of that knowledge, like he was already super damn smart. But having your brain grow every time you learn something fucking sucks, dude.
yeah. I mean, can you imagine how off balance that man was?
He said he was almost the height of a giant just with his head.
Yeah, like maybe that's why his tongue's out. Maybe that kept his balance, right? It's like a tail.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
But I do I do like how you mentioned that, it was great to have a genius get that. It's kind of
Hmm.
like what we was talking about with Undead Unluck, the artifact pin or whatever being gave to a mangaka, cuz that mangaka, like Vegapunk, they have the determination and will to actually want to um figure stuff out and like draw or whatever, right? And
Right.
so if you were to give this to anybody, like, what if they didn't want to like, learn all this stuff, but Vegabunk does. Like that's what he lives for. He lives to experiment, he lives to research, he lives to learn. So
That's true. Yeah, like
yeah.
he was already a knowledge seeker. He was a genius. He was like, seeking more knowledge because, like, yeah, if the brain fruit goes to somebody that like just wants to sit on the couch and eat cheeses all the time, like what a fucking waste, bro. You know?
I mean, imagine though, like you could literally remember everything about anything you watch though. You could be like a super like Jeopardy genius, right?
Hmm.
Or some shit. It'd be fun. You would never forget anything. You'd be like pulling up facts about One Piece like crazy because Oda ain't gonna catch you out of
Bro,
off guard.
Trebek,
So
yeah,
yeah.
Trebek would have had to kick you up the show for real. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. We actually getting to learn about what's going on inside Vegapunk now. And after all that, Bonnie actually goes and tries to kill Vegapunk with the lightsaber thing. For turning Kuma into a heartless cyborg. And what reason do you think Kuma and Vegapunk had for making this change?
I
We know
thought,
there's a reason, so
yeah, there definitely is a reason. I thought I can't remember why Kuma agreed to it, but I'm not really sure why Vegapunk would want to do that. Or if he did this on purpose, because it kind of seems like Bonnie says, like he's just a robot now, like he's a heartless robot. And I wonder if Vegapunk did that on purpose, was part of the deal. Um, but I think Kuma was to protect someone, wasn't it? I can't. Can you remember why Kuma did it?
Um, I think it had something to do with which I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it had something to do with like protecting Bonnie in some way, right?
I
But
thought so. That's something like that.
I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. I forget when this was actually told. I think it's been a while, right?
Yes, it has. It
So,
has. As with
um,
everything in One Piece.
yeah. So, but it is kind of strange though, because with him turning into a heartless robot or whatever, like he kind of becomes useless to Dragon as well. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Like it just it had to be a really, really good reason for that in order to like I guess betray Dragon plus Kuma to betray Dragon too, kinda, because he knew it was gonna happen, right? So
What if he didn't? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to see, but it's gonna be a while.
yeah. So a lot of questions going on right now about why or what the real reasons was and why Vegapunk did this and what Dragon's gonna do. So, we're in that moment where we're like kind of building up all these questions and like building up the tension or whatever. And eventually, hopefully soon, we're gonna start to see all this climax. So
That is the
um
idea, my friend.
yeah. And to end this episode, we actually see Cypher, Poe, Aegis pulling up to Egghead Island. And they're fixing the old Lucci man. He's getting ready to get him some Vegapunk real soon. So
Yes. So that's gonna go crazy because Luffy and Lucci are about to go at it one more time, and that is gonna be exciting as fuck. That's gonna be real exciting.
yeah, and to like talking about Luffy and Lucci, like if y'all remember back in Water 7, that was actually one of my favorite fights of One Piece. Like Luffy went so hard, he barely got the job done. I mean, he didn't like 100% finish it, but he got the job done enough for him to do what they was trying to do with Robin. So,
Right,
um,
bro.
yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be so interesting to see them clash again because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
So,
they wouldn't be like teasing us this hard and then not let us actually have it. That'd be fucked up.
what so in your mind, do you predict that Rob Lucci gets on the island and starts causing mayhem before 1100 or after 1100?
After 1100,
I think
because
so.
this, I mean, this One Piece, this shit moves so fucking slow.
I think so too, honestly. I just had to see what you was thinking too. It's definitely after 1100. There ain't no way, right?
Yeah,
So,
no, there's no fucking shot.
I mean, we haven't even seen the end of freaking Law and Blackbeard. So that happened like 8 episodes ago.
Yeah, no, it might be another 200 before we see that shit. You know how this shit goes.
But yeah, that's it for One Piece. Unless you got something, Bass.
That's it for me, man. I'm good.
Alrighty, well, that is it for our weekly rundown, episode 59, and we actually for a Degen episode, we're gonna be talking about some of the shows that we'd love to see remade or like even like new seasons of it. Talk about some great shows that should be like done right, I guess you can say.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty high.
So it should be a fun time. And